Page 126, Arabesque. This is a piece by Burgmüller. Now, he did a bunch of stuff. He was a teacher, well known at the time. You'll see in the blurb they give up above about him. This is from his Opus 100. There's 25 pieces where they're like etudes, things you just study on. I think I did a playlist on them. I gave lessons on all of the 25 in here, and this is taken from one of them. This is a nice little arrangement of one of them. Now those are more like the upper elementary or upper intermediate level. So it's a bit challenging now, but when you get through the book, assuming you're doing okay, then this what they say, progressive pieces, Opus 100, that might be something you might consider taking a look at and having around. I only did it because I received numerous requests from people, would you please do this? And so I went through them and gave lessons on them. So apparently a lot of teachers are using pieces out of that book. This is a nice piece though. It takes a lot of control to get these 16th notes even though, and that's what's important. So let's look it over. It's 2 pages long. Well, 2 pages of music. There's some repeat signs. I'll come to those later. Treble, bass, clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature, so we're either in the key of C major or A minor. If you look at the end, at the bottom, it's here. That is an A minor chord, so I'm guessing this is in the key of A minor. However, you still do the scales for both, C major and A minor, and if you're playing music that's difficult, you should be doing these scales 2 octaves by now. You should know the scales by now, and so be doing them 2 octaves. I have the instructions in the video of what to do, when to where, okay. And 2/4 time signature, but we got 16th notes, got to deal with those. Right hand first, let's see what we're doing, because we're going nuts. 1 E and a 2, 3rd measure. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. And they're in the measure 5, you got to be up here. Come up again. That's an E. It's 3 ledger lines above the staff is an E, and they come back down. So you're moving around. This is measure 7. 1 and 2 and 1 and. 2nd finger now. 1 and. And then reach down and do it again. Now measure 18. You're here, up here, here, and then during the rest you come down. Just 5th finger on measure 19. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Not too bad, I hope. Measure 24. You're here. 2, 2. Cross over. Cross over. And then there's no rest here. Measure 27. You just start right in. Rest. Okay. Let's go down to the last line, measure 36. You're here. Come up. Come up. And this starts with a D, and it's just up. So if you can get the first note right, you can see in the music each one just goes up a step, just on that. So it's just the next note up. So as long as you know what the D is, just play the next notes up. Even though you may not know the name of the note, that's now, if they weren't in line like this, they were all mixed up, then you'd have to stop. Okay, what's the name of the note? What is it? But in this case, once you get it started, you're just playing the fingers. And then come down here, and then here. We're moving around quite a bit. And you don't have a lot of time to move. You do have a rest. That's helpful. Left hand, we're starting out with the A1 chord. Okay. Measure 5 is the 4 chord. Measure 7 C chord, and then remember A minor and C major are related by key signature. We just kind of went into C major here at measure 7. Okay, measure 19. Now the left hand. 1. So remember the sharp is good for the rest of the measure. The rest come up. Come back down. Come back up. Stay there. Now you get treble clef for measure 24, you come up here. And then a thumb, one thumb. Yeah, that's fine, it works out. The last line, you're playing these chords, measure 36, and then just bleeds down. And then here. How you finger the last chord is up to you. I usually do it 5. You can do a 5-1, 5-2, I don't care. Just finger it. Put the hands together, starting with the third measure. You're here. Rest. And because we got staccatos in the left hand, I'm going to go ahead and lift both hands at the same time. I'm not doing the staccatos yet, but it's a rest. Rest. I'm just doing it out of convenience. Sforzando, measure 10. That is a major accent. Let the wrist collapse a little bit, but it's loud. So forth. So you put the hands together, slowly and carefully, and then go back through it and make sure there's no hesitations, and all of the 16th notes are even. Bump, 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 bump. However fast you go. Then we can add the articulation. And I'm going to hinge at the wrist here, on here. Accent. This is measure 7 is measure 8, accent. Sforzando, and then you get the idea. Measure 19. Now it's switched. This is command. And this is. Get the idea? And then measure 24 is all connected. And then lift up in the right hand. But if you can't, connect the left hand. Connect the left hand. It leads into it. So the right hand I'd lift up. It's a new phrase. The last line, the last 2 measures, it's here, and then a sforzando there. Again, a major accent, but let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't pound on it. Just very loud. Both hands there. Then the dynamics. P at the beginning is piano, is soft. Whatever you think soft is. Third measure, it says leggero. I can't say the word very well. It means lightly. Just the right hand is now soft. The left hand has to go in the background. So you're starting out soft, and then you're going to get soft. Measure 5, come up moderately loud in the right hand. Left hand still in the background. That makes the accented note in measure 8 or whatever it is. That would be loud, that one note. And the sforzando note is very loud. And then measure 11, you're soft in the right hand, very soft in the left. Now measure 19, we're moderately soft, it's more of the right and left hand. This, keep it in the background. Measure 23, you're moderately loud. Now, measure 25. Dim e poco rit. As if you're not busy enough. Dim means diminuendo or gets softer because you're moderately loud and you're going to go all the way down to soft for measure 27. So in measure 25, we're moderately loud. Going to kind of be both hands here. And then moderately soft for measure 26. And then soft. So I did it like a measure at a time. So moderately loud, moderately soft, then soft. In the right hand, left hand's got to get out of the way now. And the poco rit means slow down a little bit. So take your time. So it's, and then on measure 27 you get an off tempo, which means take off again. Now, the last two measures at the end, you have a risoluto. That's part of interpreting the music. It means play it like you mean it. I'm done. And then the loud. Yeah. It's loud. Well, you have a crescendo at measure 36 where you're going from soft to loud. A little louder, a little louder. I did like a measure at a time. And then you're loud at the end. Both hands. Yeah. You experiment with the dynamics on getting louder and softer and see what does it feel. Now, the speed. Allegro scherzando. Oh, they're throwing all these big words at you. Well, allegro, you already know, means fast or happy. To me, it means fast. Scherzando is like a prankish, playful joke. So think that it's more interpreting it. So this is kind of a prankish, jokish piece. A playful thing. So fast. How fast can you play the 16th notes accurately? And that is going to be your allegro. The scherzando thing, you can take care of that if you feel like you get in the mood of it's playful. You play it playfully. I have no idea what that means, but maybe you could figure it out. Okay, something. Let's play it together very, very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. There is a repeat sign, first and second ending on page 127. They're around measures, 34 and 35. So when you get to the repeat sign, you're going to repeat back to the reverse repeat sign at measure 19. You do all that junk again. And the second time, then you skip the first ending, go to the second ending, and finish it off. We're going to do that too. So I'll give us 2 counts, but because we got 16th notes everywhere, I'm going to put the metronome on 8th notes again. So it's beating 8th notes. But I'll give us 2 quarter note counts to come in. Ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest. 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 1, 2, rest. rest, 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 repeat, rest. 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 Second ending. Rest. 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 Rest.